Great. All right, let me just introduce our District Rotaract Chair, Giselle Holder, who is our outgoing District Rotaract Chair for RD Rotary District 7030. And she's incoming Assistant Governor for the North Trinidad and Tobago Rotary Clubs. She is very passionate about Rotaract, having served at the highest level as our District Rotaract representative in 2015. She continues her Rotary work with the Rotary Club of Maraval and with Zone 34 as an assistant Rotary coordinator for Rotaract. Let me hand over to Giselle. But before I do, just a reminder that it's going to be a 20-minute or 25-minute talk, which after we'll take questions for the next 5 or so minutes. Okay, you could put your questions in the chat or you could raise your hands and I'm sure she'll be answering. So Giselle, are you there? It's all over to you.
Thank you so much. It's really good to be here amongst our Rotary and Rotaract family. Very cool to have Jareen with us. Jareen actually served as one of our district interact chairs for 4 years straight. So she's very familiar with the youth arm of Rotary and the importance of occasions like this to be able to talk, to be able to share knowledge. So very nice to have you with me, Jareen. And I say, so a special hello to President Siobhan, who I know is here with us as well. Okay, so to jump straight into today's session, I am going to remember to speak slowly because I know I speak a bit quickly and we are translating. We have the very, very exciting news, which you guys would have known about since July 1st, 2020, that Rotaract has been fully elevated. Rotaract is now a type of membership for Rotary, okay? And because of that, much of the things that Rotary has over the next few years is going to be mirrored within Rotaract membership, right? So we started, Rotary International started very slowly because we're now 2 years into Elevate Rotaract. And we started simply with things like the membership type, allowing Rotaract clubs to start their own Rotaract clubs, allowing Rotaract clubs to even be autonomous in terms of not needing a Rotary sponsor club, right? And of course, as I said, each year, there's actually a plan as to what will be rolled out. Okay, so as of this year, we actually started something very exciting, which was Rotaractors being permitted to actually apply for Rotary Foundation grants. That was something we could have never done before. And now a Rotaract club on its own could apply for a Rotary Foundation grant. And we actually had a few clubs getting through with such grants this year. So really, really great stuff. So what we're doing is talking about getting ready for next year. So what's next in terms of this whole Rotaract elevation and understanding what it has to offer? So the next step now is about dues, right? And I know we cringe a little bit when we hear dues because we're thinking money, money, money. But what it means simply is just like a Rotarian. Remember, Rotaractors are now Rotarians as well, just a different type of membership. We now have the opportunity for our Rotaractors to contribute to Rotary International and in return receive the benefits just like a Rotarian. So you see how Rotarians are able to have the benefits of all the journals. There are the Learning Center, Resource Center, and we have all these other, the Member Center, the Public Image Information Brand Center, sorry. All these things are things readily available as a Rotarian. And our dues help cover the operation cost of these things, okay? So if we want our Rotaractors to have the full benefit of being a member of Rotary, then with that comes a very nominal fee. to be able to expand, because you're talking 800,000 plus persons, right, represented in our Rotaractors around the world, being given this sort of information. So we really want to ensure that our Rotaractors are on equal footing with our Rotarians. And one of the ways that is being done by also putting them on the same footing with paying dues, okay? So actually it was back, I think in, I think it was either 2017 or 2016 that there were these surveys that were sent out about asking to our Rotaractors around the world, asking them, would you guys be okay paying dues to Rotary International? And if so, what level of dues, what quantity, what amount would you be comfortable in terms of paying? So that feedback, sorry, there's a big truck outside. That feedback was given to Rotary International and actually used as inputs for the development of dues, of the Rotaract dues, okay? So the feedback said that $8 US per community Rotaractor, right, per year was the comfortable amount for a community-based Rotaract club member, and $5 US per year per Rotaract in a university-based club. Those were the two figures that were confirmed. They got the greatest feedback, most positive feedback when that survey was done. So I know the first thing you may be thinking is, I never said yes to that, but this survey did happen. I was a Rotaract at the time, so feel free to blame me. But it was myself and many other Rotaractors who said, you know what, for the value being offered for this elevation, $8 US is something I think I could pay per year, okay? So that's what it is. So as of July 1st coming 2022, your Rotaract club will be invoiced, okay? And now here comes the whole root of the matter, the core of the matter. Now, we know on a district level that we focus on paying our district dues through the reporting of membership, right? So every Rotaract club, through its president, and supported by its ADRR, is quite aware that your district dues correspond to the number of persons within your club. So if for some reason this number is communicated incorrectly, as has happened, you get a bill, an invoice that corresponds to that number that was communicated, okay? All the cars just coming out for me today, so that's like a racing car. I'm so sorry, I hope you're not hearing that. But yes, so what Rotary is doing is actually the same thing, but of course targeting all the Rotaract clubs throughout the world. This invoice, right, must be based on something. They can't just work on a feeling, that a feel to send Rotaract Club of Aruba a bill for 10 US and a feel to send Rotaract Club of Port Spain West a bill for 50 US. No, it must be based on data. So what we are trying to do within our district, as well as all other districts right now, is to help create that accurate data. And where does that data live? The data lives on my Rotary. So you would have noticed last year under IPDRR Kevin, and supported by then DG Lyle, and of course, our very superhero Sean, a huge effort was underway to get all our Rotaractors on Club Runner, right? So you notice I didn't say my Rotary, I said Club Runner. Club Runner serves as a software that is able to connect your Rotary or Rotaract data to my Rotary. However, remember this whole unfolding of Rotaract elevation, right? It's happening gradually, it's unfolding, as I said. So what we are still waiting on is one little button that can be clicked on Club Runner that allows for the seamless integration of your information that already lives in Rotary District 7030's database on Club Runner, so that when you click on that, it is automatically updated on the My Rotary database. Because we don't yet have that, we need to stress even more that our Rotaractors need to have their data updated directly on my Rotary. And when I say my Rotary, I mean myrotary.org. That is a Rotary email. I will drop, website. I will put that in the chat, right? Every Rotaractor, this is not your president's job. This is not your secretary's job. This is not your ADRR jobs. Every Rotaractor is responsible for creating their own My Rotary account. It's very simple, right? You put in your email address. This will be the email address that you will have associated with Rotary and Rotaract forever. And you create a profile. Once you create that profile, thank you, Sean. Once you create that profile, you will be able to update your information. Now, presidents, secretaries, your Rotaract advisor in your Rotary Club, also called youth advisor. I know there are many names we call them, right? But basically the person from your Rotary Club who liaises with you, liaison officer, youth liaison officer was another name, right? They too have that ability, as well as the Rotary or sponsor Rotary president. So you see much people are named there, as well as the DRC. So myself and incoming DRC ever, we would have that ability to update the information. But if you think about it, if you want something done, the quickest way to get it done is to the person to own it, right? If I need to get my profile updated, am I going to wait for my president to do it or wait for the DRC to do it? No, I could log in, create my profile, ensure that it is correct, it's reflecting the correct information, and so I am ready, I am visible, right? Now to the entire Rotary world, I can connect with other Rotaractors, other Rotarians. I could search for Rotaract clubs and Rotary clubs throughout the world, and I have access to the Learning Resource Center. I have access to brand center and all these other wonderful things that the site allows, right? So to bring it back home, because of course we want to get some Q&A, our Rotaractors are being called to update their information. The updating of this information must be done for now through My Rotary. When the integration between Club Runner and My Rotary happens, which we believe would happen over the 2022-2023 year. We really believe so, because another software, it has the capability, right? So we believe Club Runner will get that capability soon. You would just be able to work off of the Club Runner one if you want, as you preferred, and whatever is updated there will be shared automatically with your My Rotary account. But for now, to get ready for July 1st, we need to work on My Rotary. Sean put the link there for us. If you don't have a My Rotary account, we need to do it. The one other thing I want to leave with you is the data, right? Remember what we said. What is RI going to invoice us on? It's whoever is registered under our club. That is the number they are going to use to bill us. So I am imploring for every person on this call, please ensure that your data, as well as liaising with your president and your secretary to ensure that your club data is correct, because every person, think about this, you could have always created a My Rotary account and the presidents always had access to that. So if you still have persons from 2019, if Pottersfield West still has me on their listing as a Rotaractor, you all will get billed for me, right? So we don't want that to happen. We need that sanitization to happen, but that could only happen if you have access. And I love what DR Mario is putting in the chat for you. Our DRR and our district has always been lenient. We always work with you. And I believe RI will be the same, you know, because they did not say that you will be invoiced on July 1st. They said the year beginning July 1st is the year you will be invoiced, but the data will be taken from the end of this year, which is June 30th. So they are giving a grace period for the invoice to be paid, but the number is going to be taken from June 30th, 2022. Okay, so guys, I think I said enough there. We're very much open to the questions and sure, so Jareen.
Sure. Thank you, Giselle. Thank you very much for that enlightening conversation that we had just now. For the Rotaractors, of course. Does anybody have questions? By the raise of hands or possibly on the chat?
I'm seeing one in the chat from Polita, we related girl. Hello, how you going? Okay, so Perlita is asking, what can I do for members who can't, girl? Okay, so that's a very real question. What can I do for members who do not remember their login information? And you know what? It's a struggle we all go through, okay? Now, if you already have a login, right? You should be able to just really forget password and that sorts you out, right? If you've never logged in and you're finding some issue, we usually reach out to Rotaract at rotary.org, right? We usually reach out to that through that format. Now, the president, you have the president of your Rotaract club along with the president of your Rotary club. You guys have the power to actually add on someone, okay? So say you are president, I am outgoing president, you are my president-elect coming in. I have the power to put you in the club information. I can put you down as president-elect so that Rotary International recognizes as of July 5th, you will be president. So things like that, there are certain positions in the club as well as in your sponsor Rotary club that can assist. But in terms of the login, you could simply do a forget password, or you could reach out to Rotaract at rotary.org should you have any issues, like if you can't even remember the email that you used, okay? All right, Katinka seeing that, right? So members leaving the club end 21-22. So what we need to do, right, for that is actually remove them from your listing, okay? So we know that people leave Rotaract, sorry. We used to have the age limit. It's up to clubs whether they want to keep that age limit or not. But once you know there are members who are not returning in the new year, meaning it's not that they're just not going to have a board position, they're actually not going to be there, we really need you to remove them from your listing. It's not that they stop being a Rotaractor, well, they'll stop from July 1st. But for now, because we do not want them to be counted, okay? So as president, as Rotaract president, as Rotary president of your sponsor club, you have the power to be able to do that. And your secretary, I believe, but I will confirm, but definitely the president, you have the power to be able to do so. So my advice would be June for the latest, start sanitizing that data. I would even say go in now because you need to know who's on this list. And chances are you don't know, right? You might be pleasantly or unpleasantly surprised. AG Julian is asking, the priority now, right? So because we don't, he's asking whether the priority now is to update details on Club Runner, on My Rotary, or both. So it's really, in an ideal world, it would have just been Club Runner. Because once you do it on Club Runner, for any Rotarians here, it automatically updates My Rotary. However, for Rotaract, for now, we don't yet have the integration that is needed. So for now, the focus is My Rotary, because that is the data that Rotary International is going to pull, and the secondary focus will be Club Runner, because we want to ensure your data is correct on Club Runner as well. So I would say the ideal for now would be to ensure that My Rotary is up to date before June 30th. So as Katinka said, you know what, make sure you remove all those people who have not been Rotaractors for years, who have indicated they will not be coming back to the club. Remove them from your listing on My Rotary, and then we could do the updating on Club Runner. The minute we get the opportunity to do the automatic integration, we will let everyone know, because that will make this so much easier. because you just need to update on one platform. But for now, the priority is My Rotary, and Sean put the link there for us. Exactly. I love what Julian is saying. This is real progress, you know, because if it's one thing, I know things have been very slow in happening in terms of, you know, the Elevate Rotaract thing could even sound a little, how to say it, you know, overdone, like overkill, you know, we're hearing it all this time. But things are happening, guys, and I want you to feel very much into. Sorry, Evers, I didn't see Garfield. Garfield, feel free. I'm if you could unmute, I'm sure.
No, I lower my hand because I think I don't know if the DJ Sonia answered the question or asked the question about the synchronization from My Rotary to Club Runner, because I had a struggle with updating Club Runner, but My Rotary for my club, when I became president, I updated it to our recent pin Rotaract. So when I went to Club Runner, I noticed that it was also supposed to update, which in partially it is updated, but because of the amount that I have to do and the time that it takes, I did reach out some time ago, find out if there is a way that you can synchronize My Rotary to Club Runner. So I think the question just was placed in the chat and you respond that has not happened as yet.
Thanks for that, Garfield. Yeah, boy. And I know, I mean, we're there with you.
Because
you know.
it's a struggle. So I wanted to know, like, our invoice, if it comes from my Club Runner or My Rotary, but then I realized
it will be My Rotary.
Okay, now my next question is, where do I update for incoming president and secretary on the platform?
What I will do, I will drop the link for you, right? Because it's off of the same My Rotary, but there will be a section when you log in that actually speak to membership. And when you go, it's one of the tabs, right? Actually, I have it.
Yes.
I'm just on too many screens, right? So you'll be able to go to manage. And when you go to manage, you'll be able to go into your club administration, something. So it's called, and you, if you are president, remember again, this is not any Rotary. If you are president
and secretary has access.
Right, you will have the ability to do some of the editing. That's why we're saying to help you out, because you made a good point. If you have a very big club, it could be tedious, right? So we asking individuals, you could edit yourself, right? You could ensure you are there, or you could take yourself off as well, right? If you know you're not going to be there after. But my thing is, as the president, as the Rotary president, you can do that editing so that you are able to ensure you have the right number reflected. Yes. So Adana is asking in the chat if it will be email. So yes, Rotary is very prompt. They are very efficient, right? Now, I know that it could be emails, but it also could be viewed off of the same My Rotary. Okay, so in case for some reason you don't get it in your email, right? Because it should come to the secretary, the president, the treasurer. They usually copy everybody, right? In terms of those board positions. And I'm thinking in this case, they may also copy your Rotary sponsor president. I'm thinking that would make sense to me, but I could actually find that out, but I believe it would be. There's also a session, guys, because we have 1 more minute. There's an upcoming session on May the 9th, right? That we will be sending out more correspondence. It actually will be with all Rotaractors in our zone. So we know that zones comprise different districts. So it's 70, 30, 70, 20, 7,000, 69, 90, and so on, right? We'll all be coming together for a 1-hour session where Barry Rassen, past Rotary International President, will be sharing some more information. And then we'll actually be doing a how-to session on this same thing, on updating data. And it will be an open forum thereafter for all the questions. So on the district level, we are helping, but also on the zone level, we are helping, because this is new to everyone, right? We're all figuring it out together. Okay, so I think with that, I would stop and let me hand over to Jareen.
Okay, Giselle, thank you very, very much, participants, and our feature address by you, of course, letting us know everything that we have to know about Rotaract. I'm sure they know how to contact you should they have any more questions, and I know we're limited with time. So thanks a lot, guys. Thanks a lot, Giselle. Thanks a lot, team, and all the best to you all. Thanks for joining.
Thank you so much, guys, and we'll see you back in the main room, okay? Thank you.